absolutely amazing, and you can count the number of leaders and committed parents it makes to take this happen, to be a part of this wonderful commemoration ceremony today that brings so many heartfelt thoughts to all of you. So we welcome to those students, to the leadership students that helped you find the way to the park. We tried to leave more free space today. What can we say except that we're very grateful that so many people find this to be an important day in their hearts for America. I am mayor of the town of Danville. I am president of the Exchange Club and will be the MC this evening for the Remembrance Ceremony. You've been inundated the last few weeks, have you not, with all the news about the 10th anniversary and what it means to people. But today we're going to be honored to hear from someone who was there at Ground Zero. Today, like every year that we have this here, we do this lest we forget. And I think we put a separate title to it this time, Our Community Remembers, because in the San Ramon Valley, we know that anything that is patriotic will draw a huge crowd, that we have found ways to help each other outside of our community and within it, and that we have a number of people who are serving. On that fateful day, 10 years ago, our nation suffered the loss of 2,974, and another 24 are still missing, and those are named on that flag over under that tree, if you have not seen that yet, who perished at the World Trade Center, at the Pentagon outside of Washington, and in Shanksville in rural Pennsylvania, all of the places who are dedicating memorials as we speak. It is right that we gather here today and remember what happened 10 years ago. Up front with me, I'd like to briefly tell you before we start our ceremony, the people who have joined you today, because they join you in heart and memory of all those who couldn't be with us today, or those who had other family commitments and come to represent the community. We are still very pleased so many of you could be here in person. First, I'd like to introduce Richard Price, if he would stand. He is the fire chief for the San Ramon Valley. He's also an Exchange Club member who had a great deal with putting this ceremony together because, of course, for the fire district, this is such a special time. Today, he is standing in honor of the New York City Fire Department, who lost 343 firefighters and paramedics, who courageously fought to save the lives of all those who were attacked. On the back of your program is a tribute to that. On the table down here is a flame to memorializing the retiring of badge 343 in perpetuity, for those 343 who were killed in this battle for America. At Ground Zero, we have a model of the Ground Zero Memorial. Of course, it's opening tomorrow. But we have a citizen here with students in our valley who have spent the last 3 or 4 years constructing that model. Maybe some of you already saw it. It's the Richard and Billy Matsky family who dedicated it to Station 32, who is the Alamo substation. So we would all like to applaud Chief Price and all he has done to make this Next, I'd like to ask to stand Lieutenant Jeff Mao, who's the interim chief of police for the town of Danville, as well as the interim acting commander of the California Highway Patrol, Chris Sherry, who are also standing in honor of the New York City Police Department lost 23 officers. The Port Authority lost 37 officers, and private EMS units lost an additional 8 units and paramedics. So please thank those first responders. Peggy Conklin to stand. She is the one who began, along with some of her friends, the Blue Star moms in this area, and her family, of course, has 3 sons who have served as Rangers in honor of Peggy and all the Blue Star mothers who are here. We want to recognize her and the Gold Star families that she has worked so hard to support. We have Gold Star families supporting with us today. Drew, would you and your wife like to stand for a second? We'd like to thank you as a Gold Star family who graces us with our presence.